When you think of the National Football League, you probably most likely think of huge, strong, over-average men who play football. I've even heard them labeled as genetic freaks. However, not every receiver in the NFL is 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and can run a 40 in 4.4 seconds. Wes Welker is your average man with a very huge heart. He is 5'9", 185 pounds, and can only run 40 yards in 4.65 seconds. How is a man that much smaller than everybody else making it in the NFL? With continued hard work and the pursuit of a dream that is coming true before his eyes. This leads me to my first point, Wes Welker in his high school days. Wes Welker was born in Oklahoma City on May 1st in 1981. He lived in Oklahoma his entire life, and he started his high school career at Heritage Hall. His junior year, he led Heritage Hall to a state championship. In the state championship game, he had 3 touchdowns, over 200 all-purpose yards. He kicked a 47-yard field goal, and he had an interception. His career in high school, in 1999, he was named the Oklahoma State Player of the Year by the Daily Oklahoman, and he was named the Oklahoma State Player of the Year by USA Today. He had 7 punt returns for touchdowns at Heritage Hall. He had 80 total touchdowns on offense, 53 receiving, and 27 rushing. He had 190 tackles on defense, and also 22 interceptions. Then, this still wasn't enough to get him recruited into college. He had a couple offers by little schools, but none of the big schools that he dreamed of. Until, however, Texas Tech's sixth recruit dropped out of his scholarship, and they offered it to Wes Welker as a replacement. At Texas Tech, he had 259 catches for 3,019 yards and 21 touchdowns. He had 74 rushes for 456 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also returned 8 punts for touchdowns, which is still tied with the NCAA record. He had a pretty good career at Texas Tech. However, it still didn't earn him a spot at the NFL's recruiting camp. He continued his hard work and showed up in San Diego at the Chargers tryout day, and he made the team. He continued to work hard through camp, and he was on the team the first game with the Chargers. And then, however, he was cut. He was picked up by the Miami Dolphins, and there he started to put on a show. He was the second player to kick on a kickoff, return a kickoff and a punt, to kick a field goal and an extra point, and have a tackle in the same game. He still holds the Miami's record for kickoff return yards, and punt returns. In 2007, he was traded to the New England Patriots, where he is still today. In 2007, he led the NFL in receptions, and he also set an NFL record with 11 catches in the Super Bowl. He was nominated to his first All-Pro game in 2007, and he set the record for most catches and most reception yards for a first time in a new team. In 2008, he was the first player in Patriots history to have 2 consecutive 100-catch seasons, and he was nominated to his second All-Pro team. In 2009, he was the 4th receiver in NFL history to have 3 consecutive 100-catch seasons, but however, in Week 17, he was hit and he tore his MCL and ACL in his right knee. Even with this injury, he was still nominated to the All-Pro team for the 3rd time in a row. Due to the injury, he was unable to play in that All-Pro game. In 2010, he worked hard to rehab his knee, and he came back, and he had a very successful season. Again, he was an All-Pro. In 2011, he is still putting on a show in New England. He became the first player in Patriots history to have a 99-yard play from scrimmage in Week 3 when he caught a 5-yard pass and then took it 94 yards for a touchdown. Right now, he has set the single game record in Patriots history for 16 catches in one game. He's leading the Patriots in receiving yards right now, and also he's leading the NFL. Wes Welker is a little man with a huge heart. His story of overcoming big odds has inspired many athletes that are much like him. He's not the biggest, strongest, or fastest. However, he did not let any of that, nor any of his injuries, keep him from living the life of a huge dream of being a professional football player. Now he's not only a great football player, but one of the most respected players in the league.